What's up, guys? This is JTQ9 of SSX-1, and welcome back to the channel. Season 40, War number 5, against Furious Gods, FNG. This, for me, redemption war. And not a redemption against FNG. I have nothing against them. They're a good alliance. Redemption from that absolute trash of a showing that I put up last war. That seemingly you guys, for the most part, like to enjoy because it's been one of my better performing videos of late. Go figure. Anyways, with that being said, I've got some good tricky fights today, similar to ones I've had last war and the war before, where I've got a lot of thing action, which, you know, when you're starting off a fight against Valkyrie, the first thing you want to do to help build her combo is land a 4 or 5 hit shot to the face, like you just saw. Strategy here was basically just build the Furies, don't let her kind of pound into you too hard, don't let her build her combo up, and then evade the specials as much as possible. Push the SP1 so there's no risk of landing or getting hit from the projectile from her SP2. That first hit I took was because I completely forgot that she purified or has a chance of purifying debuffs, so which I should know because I do have her at R3. And anyway, so I was pairing her and then being more cautious just to build the Furies, throwing the SP1 to turn them, to kind of get the double stack going, and trying not to let her again hit into my block too bad. I was getting worried at this point because, as you can see, I was trying, well, I wasn't trying to, but I was getting cornered and landing some shots, and, you know, she does damage into the block as well, so that was a little nerve-wracking, but anyway, I managed to get myself out of the corner, and just like that, she's down. So on this particular node, because of the global thing, kind of shuts down a lot of what the damage can do from the node. So anyways, this one here, as I mentioned in a previous war video, I have spent a lot of time dueling this Spidey Supreme. So for me, this is a much easier placement, well, especially with the White Mag's pre-fight on, because this allows me to now parry compared to the node on Hazard Shift in 9B. I am now very, very, very comfortable using Thing against Spidey Supreme. You got to be careful with your mediums that you're throwing. You got to be careful with sometimes your specials, just to make sure he doesn't basically so you don't miss when he goes into his astral form. So with here again, building up the parries, being very, very cautious with the specials, dexing out most of them. I wasn't scared to get to an SP2, just in case, because I had practiced that a lot again the last time I was doing it. But this one I was just being safe. I didn't want to throw specials just because in some of the duels I was doing, sometimes his astral form would kind of come into play. But because of the timers and stuff I was watching, I ended up knowing I'd be safe throwing that SP2 and did some massive damage because of the Furies I had built up. So I was very happy with that. So next I've got on my 9B lane, I've got the Spot. So with here, Blade, he will be in danger mode the entire time because it's a dimensional being. So yes, I will get some debuffs on me, it won't do as much of damage. And the play here was basically push to an SP2. I do have a 200 power back on. I do have a 12% special damage bonus as well. I like to take shots to the face when I don't have invul boosts on, just to make sure I'm awake and to keep me going. But here, I know when he's throwing the heavy, it's a 2-part thing, so it's always very safe to throw the heavy. And again, same thing here. I threw it again, got really lucky to actually catch that one. And with the second, I do it again, and I got the third one down. So this seems to be the magic formula. I've taken him now a couple times this season. I'll be taking him a couple more times, I'm sure, by the end of the season. And you kind of see what kind of boosts I was using in that case. So very simple game plan, 200 power back boost, SP2, and he usually goes down pretty easily. So this Icarus, the last time I took him, it was on that Conflictor node mini boss, kind of where I just took the Spidey Supreme. I wasn't sure how it was going to go on this one. He I did push him to an SP2 last time, which ended up doing some damage. This time here, I was playing super safe. I didn't want to do any lights. I didn't want to do any mediums to get any kind of debuffs on me unless I knew I was going to be throwing a special right away. And I was just trying to build my Furies. So parry, heavy. It's a very long and boring fight, unfortunately, but I wanted to, again, play it super, super safe. So I think I end up building up to the max, or the 60 Furies, and I have to see what the note actually says on it, because I feel like a lot of the shots I was doing, he wasn't doing that much damage. Like, I'm not even doing yellow numbers there, and they're all under 1,000. There was one, 4,000 hit there that just happened. But I was anyway, at one point I didn't think I was going to time out, because with 340 left in this fight, he was still more than or just about halfway done. So I knew if I just continued kind of status quo, I'd be fine. But again, it wasn't as quick of a fight as I thought it would be. Like that there, the SP1 I just threw did a maximum of what, like 3,000 damage. It really didn't do a whole lot. So again, trying to manage his power, trying to manage to make sure I'm not building any of his charges, keeping an eye on the flourish, and just parry heavy, basically. And then when the occasional SP1 or SP2 comes up, to do that. So that heavy finally did some damage. Again, wasn't really at risk compared to last time, because also I've got him cornered on his side of the map, which also makes it a lot easier to dex his SP1s. And then I also was getting the timing down with the to heavy off of that as well if I needed to. But I was still, again, parrying, just build the heavies in case he did connect, so I'd be able to go unstoppable and unblockable. And man, even sped up, this fight just seems like it took forever. I mean, we're 3 minutes in, 100 hits. Again, not in any risk of let's say dying at this point, but he finally went down. So those are my fights for this war. Our battle group ended up posting a donut, and this was huge because we ended up only running this war with 9 members. We ended up losing a member anyway, for reasons I'm not going to get into on here, but which is unfortunate. But we came together as a battle group and we put up a really good showing. So we ended up winning this war in a great rebounding fashion, as we only died 3 times. The war itself was a lot closer for most of it. I mean, towards the end, they kind of just were throwing champs and stuff and probably not boosting as much as they saw was over. But we had a really good showing after our GT40 kind of loss, where I think we died 8 times. Dying 3 times here was a much better showing. So I'm very happy personally that I was able to bounce back from that absolute, we won't use the word, in the last war. And a very embarrassing moment. But other than that, happy with the results, and we will catch you guys on the next one. Thanks for tuning in. Take care. Bye.